Well, when did you feel that you were starting to develop? Like, hey, Tom's starting to trust me. Maybe it was I remember just watching in the documentary. I believe Wes Welker went out with an injury, and I forget what game was. I think it was Philadelphia or something like that, where you got hit like 5 receptions in the game for like 59 yards. And I've got to believe that probably built the confidence that you're saying, hey, Tom is starting to trust me now as a playmaker.
Um, it it took me years to finally gain his trust, and you gain trust through repetition and consistency. Excuse me. So, that I didn't just go in and gain that trust. I actually I moved out to Los Angeles in the off season because I heard that he would throw with receivers out there. Welk would go out there, Randy would go out there, and once I heard that, I told my agent. I didn't really go to L.A. I was a NorCal kid, went there once for Disneyland, so I wasn't accustomed to L.A. But I told my agent, hey, give me a residence inn, give me a car. Let's go out there and tell Brady I'm out there, and if he needs anyone to throw to, I'm there. And that year he called me one time, and so I was like, well, that was still something. And then I did it again the next year. He called me a couple more times, and then by year 3, we're throwing 3 or 4 times a week. And with that was the most valuable part, that off-season time together, because he was learning my body mechanics, and more importantly, I was learning what he wanted and how he wanted it, how he wanted this route and how he wanted that route and all those things. And, I think that's when the trust, and that's when the confidence was built, that has helped us, over a long period of time now.
Yeah, and it's obviously helped you in key games. You mentioned it, and that was actually a funny part of the documentary. I think Vereen was out there and Gronk, and finally Tom called you the one morning. It was after night. You went out on the town and said, hey, I'll still be there. And that's really where that trust started to build. And that it really, you could tell, built up to the Super Bowl versus Atlanta. Because, some of those key moments of that game, when you're starting a march back, when you're down 28-3, kind of everything needs to go right. You need to make every single play, and you made probably one of the biggest plays in Super Bowl history. Ball gets ricocheted, and you scoop it literally inches before the ground, and allows that comeback to continue. Maybe touch on that a little bit, because you come up, and I think that's the story of the documentary too. You come up big in some of the biggest moments where your team needs you to.
I think that's just, I think that's what everyone has to do when you want to have a good team. Everyone's got to have their moment. And at that time, that particular play, I was just hoping the ball was going to get picked. And, it fell our way, and I was able to make the catch. But, before that, you had a rookie, Malcolm, out there. He's making plays. You got a guy first year on the team, Hogan. He's making deep comebacks. Play right after, you got Amendola hitting a huge crossing route. You got James White making big plays, scoring touchdowns. I think it's a whole team effort. So that was a cool play. But we all had to do something because of the hole we put ourselves in. To get out of that one. Dante on defense hitting the strip sack, the holding call, the Trey Flowers tackle or sack. We did the 3 things we said we shouldn't have done in that first half: turn the ball over, not do terrible on third down, and not score in the red area. We turned the ball over in the red area on third down, and gave them pick sixes and didn't play the game we wanted to play. We just felt if we just put one play in front of another, we'd have our best opportunity to come back.